Hello everyone. Today I have a special tutorial for a hand-stitched journal using the 3-hole pamphlet stitch. I'm going to be teaching a workshop in the near future, a local one here. So I thought, why not make a video and get some practice and also figure out what else, I might need to include. So you get to be my guinea pigs, I guess, but you know what, I'll edit out probably mistakes. So I've prepared this instructional sheet. I'm not sure if you can see that. Maybe I'll take a picture and add it in or something. And then the first thing you want to do is gather supplies. So I've listed papers, including a thicker piece for your cover. That would be this piece here for mine today. You need thread or cording. That would be here. I'm going to use some crochet cotton. Can you see that? Yes. Scissors, a piercing hole. I have this guy. It's not the best, but it works. A ruler here. Tapestry eye or large-eyed needle. Let me see if I can get up here. Is this going to focus? Can you see that? That has a large eye. That's what I'm going to use today. Let's see, what else? A punching surface. I have my trusty bead up phone book that I'm going to use, and this is the journal that I already prepared as an example. I might have done a flip through that already, so I'm not sure. And you could use a foam pad. I think there's a window right here, and in the windowsill I have this guy. I've used this before, but the phone book I like because it holds the papers in the crevice of the phone book, so I'm going to use that, and you'll see when we get to that. And measurements, you want your measurements, so have an idea of what you're doing. For today's purpose, this journal right here, it measures 8 1/4 by 5, when it's open, the cover that is, and the pages are 7 by 5.5 inches. That would be the maximum. Some of my pages are going to be shorter, so you'll see. And you need adhesive and clips. I forgot to add on there to hold it when you're stitching it. So that's in red. I've got some clips here. Optional would be like a bone folder, this little guy here, to help you fold your pages. Maybe scoring surface, I don't have that written there. And a cutting surface, like a, what do you call that? Paper cutter, paper trimmer, that's on there. Okay, so first we're going to select 10 to 12 papers to use for the journal pages, and carefully fold them in half on the 7-inch side. So this is the 7-inch side, folded in half. I've done that for most of them. Now, if your pages are not already cut to your journal dimensions, you want to cut them to size. So I'm going to move this over here for now. You can see my pages and my mess. It's lovely. It's beautiful. I don't want to lose that guy though. And we're going to cut this down to size. Now, this paper trimmer, my other one needs a new blade, the one that cuts longer. So what I've done here is marked the 7-inch mark because this one only goes to 6. And it's not quite going to fit in here, but we'll make it work. There. So we're going to go and cut this down to 7 inches, which is, and if I wanted to include a flap, which I didn't do, I would have left it longer and folded that. But you can see on one of the other pages, I did include a flap. And then what did I say for the 5.5 for the height of my page? So I want to go down to the 5.5 mark here and trim it off. I'm tossing that aside. I think I'm pretty much done with that. So I am not too fancy here, so what I'm going to do is just match up the corners, and these are just, it's a single page, so it's relatively matched up there, and make a nice crease. There's my page. Voila! So that's one. Now, I have this one already cut down. This one might be a little bit shorter. No? Yeah. That's 2. And, oh, what is the next step here? Arrange your pages in the order you would like for them to appear in your journal. And then you're going to secure them with clips. So let's do that now. And some of these aren't folded, so we'll go ahead and fold them. This has a jagged edge, and this is a junk journal, so I don't care. I like the jagged edge. I don't want all the maps together, though. I have like 3 maps here. So I'm gonna put this one here. And then I have, let's scoot that aside, some music paper here, which I'm gonna fold. This is the, I'm gonna save that one. Here's the one I was telling you about if you leave it longer. So this was a little bit longer. I left it longer, folded it here, and then I'm gonna sew it in like that and glue the edges later. Which I could do it now, but I don't really feel like it. So we'll put that one there. Here's a nice photocopy of music. I think this was either something that my singer husband used, or for my daughter plays violin, and this looks more like something my husband was using though. And then he was done, recycle. Well, it goes perfect in a junk journal. So I was like, don't throw those out, don't recycle those, give them to me. And I acquired a bunch of photocopies of music paper, which work great in junk journals. This is vellum. That's what that is. Vellum. I'm not going to put that there. I'm going to wait. I think I want that one with this one. And then I have, I think they're all folded now. This is a piece of junk mail. We'll throw that one in there. A scrapbook paper, which is okay. You know, you can have a scrapbook paper in there. And actually, a lot of the junk journals I make are, you know, scrapbook papers, mostly. And it really depends on your definition of junk journal. If it's all junk, then, you know, maybe you don't want to use scrapbook papers. But I'm not that picky when it comes to that. I think I want to do this music paper now. And you can move them around, you know, that's what I do. I put them together and then I'm like, oh, I don't want that there. And I change it. That's the beauty of it. I'm going to put then this. And finally I have a, what is this? An envelope that you can send your bill checkbook in. They always send the envelopes, but I might not be getting too many of those because I've gone paperless on a lot of bills, but for now, I have this one, and I'm going to use this part as a tuck down here, then I'm going to trim the side, and I'm probably going to keep this little window too, which is kind of neat. Okay, so now I want to get them all in order here, and I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave, actually, they're sticking out a little bit, but I don't mind that. If you don't like that, once you get them all clipped together, you might want to trim the edges down even, but I think I'm going to add things to this junk journal anyway on the edges, and then this one's going to get trimmed down because I'm going to cut it open on the side there, so I don't mind how that is. So I like these large, what are these, large paper clips. I like these for holding it together too, and I grabbed that, but another option is the binder clip, which works well, and especially a larger one works great because then you flap these up and it holds it very securely. So what you want is for all your papers to be where you want them in the journal and snug here at the spine where you're going to stitch it together, because then they'll be even. So let's stick another paper clip on here, and it's going to grab, and you don't want your clips, you don't want too close to the center because you're going to be stitching in there. So, we got that. And now, I'm going to scoot this down a little. I am going to start with the actual cover, I think, for this part. So we're going to mark out where we want our holes. Here's where the ruler comes in handy. And this is a centering ruler. It's Tim Holtz. I actually have 2 of them now because I lost it, and I loved it so much I bought another one because I couldn't find it. And the centering side is here, but you know what, I lose it all the time anyway, so it's good to have 2. So I'm going to find the center of this, and I'm looking at these. Okay, it looks like the center is 2 3/4 and 1/8, which is what, 7/8, I think. So I want to hold it there, and I don't have written on here, but you do need something to mark your holes, so I'm just going to use a pencil here. This is a nice dark pencil. So I want the center hole, and for the 3-hole pamphlet stitch, what I like to do is go up about 1.5 inches from the center on each side. And I think I have that written on the paper.
Yes.
So I've marked those 3 holes. Then we can go ahead and mark the papers as well. So find the center, and my clips are a little bit in the way, but I'm gonna work around that. Excuse my head if it gets in there. And for the thread, what did I say? Measure out about twice the height of your journal and thread the needle. So, come on. Uh-oh, it's getting caught. This is a floss container that I've glued a straw in and have a spare, what is this? Spool, thread spool in there, but it's clearly not a perfect solution for storing my thread. So this is about twice the height of it. I like to give myself extra just because, I don't know, I don't trust my own paper, I guess. So there, trimmed it, and scoot that over there. Then we need to thread the needle. Let's hope that goes well, huh? Usually I like it, but I'm kind of reticent to do that on camera. There, I got it without that. So then skipping a step here. Well, we got the needle threaded, great. And we've got the cover arranged. We need to poke some holes. This is an important part here. So I like to push this cover nicely into the crevice of my phone book, and then just give it right into the crease of the fold where you've marked it. And you can't see anything because my finger's in the way, but I'm holding it securely. And let me see if I can show you that again. Yeah, right here, here, and here. And you can kind of see the holes on the back there. Yep. So that's punched. Move it aside. Now it's time for this one. Get those peepers in there. Get in there. And this one's a lot thicker, but so I want to make sure I get all the way through. My dot isn't even perfectly in the spine there, but I know where I need to go, so then right here. And that one was even thicker because it's got that one. And let's make sure that I got, yep, all the way through to the other side. Looks good. And now the exciting part, to stitch it together. I'm going to move my phone book and take my needle and thread. Now here is a choice part. Where do you want your strings to come out? Outside the book? Inside the book? Oh, that's a difficult decision. Now what did I do on this one? I had them come on the outside. So I guess this time I'm going to have them come on the inside. So I want to start with the center. And we're going to pull all the way through, but you want to grab it with your thumb. So I'm right-handed, so I'm doing this, predominantly right-handed. So I've got the needle in my right hand. And so you want to hold tight however long you want the string to be with your thumb, if you can handle that. Whoops. And if it gets there, I'm going to grab that back. And then you're holding all the papers together here, and you want to come through the top. So this is the top. And another thing you want to make sure, which I've done wrong multiple times, is that your papers are facing the correct direction before you stitch them in. So this is my top here, and this is the top of my pages. And I'm pretty sure I've got them all the way I want them to be. So then we're going to come into this top hole. And if you can get both holes at once, that's great. But if not, just go through the cover and find the hole of the paper. So you can kind of wiggle it a little. Let's see if, maybe I should stand up and see if I can get closer. I could zoom in, but then the thing is my setup is really wobbly. So pull it through. You want it nice and tight. We're checking. You're still holding with your thumb there, okay? Now I'm standing, so maybe I'm a lot louder and you're needing to turn the volume down. Then we're gonna go into the center, but you wanna avoid piercing your thread if you can help it. Because then, yeah, I'm not gonna explain that right now because I can't think when I'm doing this. All right, and it's nice and tight there. At this point, you can kind of let go of that middle thread with your thumb. Give your thumb a break, or whatever finger works best, but you don't want to be tugging and get things loosened. So you want to make sure things are staying tight here. Now we're going to come around to the back again, and this is our lowest hole, a little wobbly, and see, tighten that up a bit. And there's this hole, and it's not finding the other hole. So I'm going to loosen it up, and okay, there's that hole. And let me see if I can see. Ah, yeah. Now you find this hole. It's hard to do this and make sure I'm in the camera frame. There we go. I got it. Can you see that? There we go. So then I pull through, and at this point I want to make sure everything's tight here. Looks good. You don't want to pull it too tight. Oh, this tail was loose, so I pulled my tail tight again. And yeah, what if you're a brute like me and you pull it too hard, you can rip your papers. But you do want it to be tight, so you can pull it pretty snugly without wrecking anything. And now, oh yes, this part you just tie it up. So hopefully you can see well at this distance. So you see, I had way too much string, and I could have made this tail longer, but I'm not. I'm not going to take it off the needle yet because it kind of helps me tie it in a knot. What I find the tricky part here is I want the knot right here, not down there, and I want it to be snug. So I'm pulling it tight, as you can see there, and then I'm going to hold it with a finger if I can help it, and using my needle and thread, lace through the center there, still holding it, and then I'm going to release as I'm getting close to that knot. Does that make sense? I hope so. So there, I got a nice tight knot, and it's a little easier if you're a beginner to use like a waxed linen thread or waxed cotton thread because it holds itself a little better. But since I've done this a lot of times, I'm just using the crochet cotton. But when I teach the class, the workshop, we're going to be using some waxed cotton. I'm going to buy some. So yeah, that's a beginner thing. All right, pulling my clips off. Let's see what we got here. How did it go? This is reveal time. And there is no threads on the outside because I went in from the opposite direction as that one. And I might cut these short, you know, but let's take a look. Let's do a little flip through here. And maybe I'll do a second, like split this video in half to show embellishment. Maybe this will be the end of part one, but because I'll probably be covering some of this stuff up, adding some pockets and things, embellishing. That's, you know, one of the most fun parts. Trimming those envelopes. Now this isn't perfectly at the bottom, but, you know, it doesn't bother me. But if you wanted it there, I would have needed to do that before and make sure. Because all the other ones are kind of lined up, but because I have different heights, I don't care about that. And there's that. Want to see the other side? There's my little window, which I wonder if I should, no, I don't know what I was going to say. Should I trim this one at the top? But then, oh, that leads to other issues. So. And that one's nice and blank paper. Ah, come on. There's a little girl. I'll probably cover her up. Who knows? So this is where, oh, the adhesive. Yeah, we'll use that, huh? Let's show you how to make a little tuck here. I'm just going to add a little bit of adhesive here, a little bit here. Set that there. And where's my bone folder? There, I have this handy, so this is nice for spreading glue. That dries pretty quickly. I want to make sure, oops, I knocked that over. I want to make sure that it's nice and snug. And let's see, what do we have here? Let's grab a piece of paper and Ta-da! We have a tuck spot. Okay. So that's the only one I put in this journal though. And I wish these lines were the other way, but I don't know, I didn't think about that, so. There it is. I'm gonna decorate the cover. I'm gonna trim these envelope pages, but I think we'll put that in another video. Thanks for watching. I hope this was helpful. Let me know if there's anything that wasn't clear, and have a great day. Bye.